Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to some classic Regicide. I say classic Regicide because we do a lot of exploding kings these days with my community games. We have gone against the exploding kings here. So this is your standard Regicide diplomacy game. If a king dies, you're just defeated. That's it. And everyone's very sad. And everyone says, "Aw." And that's it. That's kind of just how it goes. It's an interesting clash of players here. We have all different skill levels involved. And it is Pilgrims, which is also one of the more classic maps we've used for community games for, what, 6, 7 years now? I think one of my first successful community game uploads was a Pilgrims free-for-all back in maybe 2016, 2017. And the premise here is you start on an island, and then you move from that starting island to the mainland, and take it from there. So I'll introduce the players once they choose a starting spot. But I can tell you, we've got a pro player in here, okay? A player who, if you've been following Titans League, is playing in Titans League and playing pretty well. I know him quite well. But then we've also got some names that have been around community games before. And we also have people who've been around the community for a while but haven't played in a community game yet, like Glad Recycler. He said, "It took me 4 years for this moment to get into this game. But we'll see if the pressure gets to him or if he can deliver." I really like his spot. Assuming he doesn't run into wolves, which can happen on this map, I really like this spot because it's good for his survival. Speaking of a good spot, look at Eppelein here. Eppelein is making the risky dash to the very top. Normally, I wouldn't advise this because you're likely to run into wolves, but he somehow missed wolves there. He somehow missed wolves there. Like, I've seen players lose all their villagers to wolves, and he's actually going to be able to make it all the way to the north. Dang. All right, so let's get our introductions in now, shall we? So first and foremost, we'll start with Glad Recycler because he's glad to be recycling, and he's glad to be in this game. He's playing as Ethiopians. In the blue, we have FLK. Now, FLK is really solid community game player. He's been around, right? And they like experience, having played in games, having watched games is important. So I recognize that much. I also see that this... I still don't know how to say his name. He's always teal when he plays, but I always introduce this player as the Dutch name I don't know how to pronounce. So, there you go. So, Dutch guy whose name I can't pronounce is also over here, playing as the Gurjaras, so that's cool. In the green, we've got Philster. Philster, he doesn't play community games as frequently as he did in the past, but if you, if you've been around, you will know Philster. Philster, played in the Ring Nothing game, the famous Ring Nothing game, where at one point his PC was breaking mid-cast, and he was giving people lots of updates. Anyways, he's playing as the Vikings. Good to have him back. In the red, we were on the left side. We've got Baron Jellymancer Von Gello, who I'm just going to call Baron, playing as the Berbers. In the yellow, we've got Mastyjames playing as the Burmese, and right next to him is El Matador. El Matador, current top 50 player in the world, has not allied anyone. As if people needed more of a reason to attack Matador, and they're already talking behind his back. Yeah, they are going to have another reason now to attack this guy because he's not allying. And I doubt he's ever played a Diplo game before. I was really surprised to see that he popped up on the on the list of players that were selected here. But, he's a friend of mine. We played a recent team game tournament together, and he hangs around a lot. So he's like, yeah, let's give it a shot. And actually, one of our other teammates, Ozone, was one of the guys who was the first to die in the video. It was like pro player plays community game or something. He thought people would be nice to him. He was trying to be a nice guy, and they killed him off early. So someone says pros in a community game is just walking targets dressed in neon lights. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, obviously you got to worry about this guy. Now, I think the big thing here that we should remind everyone of is that it's not exploding kings, right? So if someone gets a really strong position in this game with fortifications, you can't just send your king YOLO towards them and kill them. Oh, God. El Matador didn't know Masty was there. And he went around. So Mastyjames, I think, is 18 or 1900 as well. So this is very uncommon rank to see in community games. He's played before. So the fact that we've got two players, one's close to 2K, the other guy's 2K5, the top 50 player, the fact that they're next to each other is interesting. Elsewhere, we've had some chat. A lot of players have chosen to just enemy El Matador. Something else I should mention about Matador is he is very quiet. He does not speak a lot. In our team games, it was the 3v3 event, right? And we did have Shades on our team as well, but for the most part, it was myself, El Matador, and Ozone, and they were the flanks. I was the pocket, right? Because I'm a boomer. I'm slow. And so I'm just like communicating with Ozone. And then for Matador, it's like, Matador, you all right? Yes. Do you need help? No. There's army there. He didn't even say anything. He's like, he's actually an amazing player. He's trying to lame the villager against the wolf. Oh my goodness. Philster's not going to be happy with that. Philster with some ambition, maybe thinking about trapping here. I don't know what's happening, but... Oh, it'd be so epic, though, if he... Oh, he can't trap him. Never mind. I don't know what Philster's doing. But yeah, the amount of times that El Matador would be against two players, and he'd just hold, do his job, and not say anything is pretty wild. So I feel like he should be trying to say something, but he has not tried that at all. King's moving around. Again, king dies, you're defeated. You guys probably know that by now. Fishing, very valuable on this map. We have seen that from many players off their starting island. And right now, the economic count showing blue, actually, at the highest, 35. Then Mastyjames, 33, and then 31 for Matador. And a lot of people are enemied to him right now. And oh God, he's going to steal these turkeys. He's really not helping matters. Like, he's not being nice to anyone. Macy says El Matador ally, and Matador says yes. But he says yes to everyone. And I don't even think he knows where to go in the settings to change people to allies. I don't think he has a clue. Teal's like, why'd you say yes? Who are you talking to? I think he's just having fun. Every good community game needs there to be a bully or some type of heal. I don't think we'll get that necessarily through the chat here, but... Ooh! No way! He actually allied. Wow, sick. Well, if it's not Exploding Kings, players will absolutely use their TCs to shoot down an Exploring King. Hey, Green, do you want to live in peace until the end? Says Gray. Gray trying to form an alliance here. Macy says, gotta love Umbrella Kings. Yeah, they do have umbrellas. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Guys, you know what I'm really curious on? Because with EAPM, effective actions per minute, El Matador is actually the highest. He's higher than anyone in the scene. I want to see what it looks like. How? It's the king. Like, he just clicks so much. 67 military APM average, 210 max. He's so much faster than the rest of the field right now. That's so funny. What's funny, though, is, like, we laugh compared to community game players. But when this hits YouTube, I'll have Hardy edit in the APM graph from when I played the team game tournament with Ozone and Matador, because they're both really fast players, and it'll be interesting. He's just kind of faster than everyone. Now we've got a TC going up here. Philster, this is his first time back in a long time. I let him be host, and I also didn't do Exploding Kings because Philster didn't want it. I did a lot of stuff here to get Philster into a game to be in a happy place, and he does not look like he's in a happy place. And I don't think Philster cares that El Matador is considered a pro player. But yeah, El Matador is just trying to boom, and he's not here to make friends. He does have one friend, though, right now, and it's the two strongest players, which could be worrying for everyone else. I think it would be wise for Philster to probably just leave this area. That would probably be what I'd advise, and maybe just go the other way. In the end, he's going to end up doing that. Both yellow and orange in Castle Age, adding villagers, and overall just playing very strong here. So that's the way I would break it down. I'm still trying to figure out other alliances. Gray and blue are being kind to each other. Philster says, I want to make sure El Matador doesn't last long. An alliance will help with that. He said that to Gray. Glad you're next to me, says Teal towards Purple. Pinky swear from Teal and Purple. So I guess, okay, good old Pinky swear. I mean, the Pinky swear is sacred. Can't go against the Pinky swear. So what's funny is Philster didn't want Exploding Kings. I actually gave him the opportunity because he'd been around a long time. He hadn't been able to make community games in months and months and months, maybe even a year. Moon, sailing, transport ship, gotta love it. I said, hey, you want to host the first game? He said, no, I don't want to do Exploding Kings. And I was kind of like, I didn't say this out loud, but I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of what we do, Philster. Like, what do you expect, to run the show here? So anyways, I was like, okay, fine. Classic Pilgrims with no Exploding Kings could be pretty good. And we're not doing Exploding Kings now because of Philster. But what's funny is he's going to wish his king exploded. Because if his king exploded, he could just send it into Matador's base and make Matador go boom, and then Matador would be scared of that. The Matador wouldn't attack him, but Matador's going to kill him now. Philster says, this is not great for us, Masty. Not knowing that Masty has made a deal with Philster already. You talked to anyone else? I tried with Teal, but didn't respond, says FLK. I'm pretty sure Teal was probably busy, but look at the boom here for FLK. Cheap TCs with Britons. Also a sheep, or in this case, a turkey bonus with Britons. Lots of turkeys there. It does feel like red and green going to be in a really rough spot here. I agree. Classic is nice. But, you know, the point I'm trying to make here is there's no reason for El Matador not to kill Philster. Because, like, the argument against attacking someone early here would be, well, then people are going to gang up on you. But if you're already a high-ranked player, people are already talking about killing you regardless. So, you know, the best thing for you to do is just to push. Great job from Masty, by the way. He's got a lot of fishing ships here. He's got 23 fishing ships, which is why he's actually ahead of El Matador in total eco. And Philster's actually asking Masty for help, and I don't think Masty will realistically do that. Red, who's over here trying to get a boom going, and he says to Yellow as well, everyone's trying to be buddy with Yellow, because he's like, he can't be considered a potential bully right now because of El Matador's existence. And Red says, Orange is attacking already. Philster says, I need help versus El Matador already. And here comes even a castle for El Matador. You know, the thing that El Matador is probably trying to gain here is map control. Because he doesn't want to run into this area because that's where other people are. So he really just wants map control. I think Philster's correct play here. Repair your TC to make sure you make it to Castle Age, but just full-on relocate. It sucks to be you right now, I know, if you're Philster. But just get out of here. Just don't be anywhere near this. Don't build your next TC here. Get out of here. Go to someone else's base. And just come back into this game way later. That's got to be your best play. The good news for him is he is going to make it to Castle Age, so he can build new TCs wherever. Seems to be Philster's decision. That's a good decision for him to leave. So, Philster hoping for a bit of a comeback game here. He's going to have to legitimately just come back in this game. It's not pretty. Oh, please tell me Loom completes for him, because there is a wolf chasing him somewhere. And, okay, it does complete. He was going to Stonewall, realizes that won't work. He runs away. Okay. Hey, Yellow, can you hear me? Macy says, yes, what do you need? Red says, never played Diplo. Chat menu is confusing. Do we go on Orange? Well, don't worry, Red. Masty's being lazy, and he's not even changing the settings to talk to individual people. He just turns Matador on or Matador off. Macy says, in a bit, we'll go on him. First, we need a bit of eco. I don't know if it's fair to say that this is a dream scenario for Masty, who is expanding over here as well, which I think is his community game experience showing. But I think it is really nice for someone who's 1900 elo to not be the focus right now and to kind of be like the big brother who's there to help everyone. That's so much nicer than a game where he ends up, you know, being basically what Matador is now. Dude, Matador really wants to kill Philster. Why is Philster being the target here? Oh, poor Philster. Also, you're trying to wall out ballista elephants. And ballista elephants could cut trees. So it's kind of a sucky unit to have to run away from. Look how many TC... Yeah, Macy's all over the place right now. So, having seen pro players play similar to how Matador is playing right now, I'm pretty certain he's going to have trust in yellow. He would rather just kill everyone else first, and in his mind, he's probably like, I will win the 1v1 versus Masty later. I have a teammate. He's pretty strong. I would just pay attention to him, and I'll kill him later. That's the thinking. I don't know if Masty will actually make an early play versus Matador or not, but we'll certainly find out. Philster not enjoying his life right now. With ballista elephants, red seeing the ballista elephants too. And this has been the Matador show thus far. 13 army. But he did spend resources on army, and Masty's just been booming. So, I'm curious. I don't normally check this. Yeah, res collected. Higher for Masty. Obviously, KD will eventually be higher for Matador, but he's been investing into a lot of army. And if you're curious about the speed, yup, just a consistent line of El Matador APM. Clicking those elephants around. He, let's say you wanted to click these elephants from here to here. Some players click the elephants from there to there. He's just like click, 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 click. He does all the tiny clicks. He's a tiny clicker, which is what leads to so many actions being registered. So over here, things have really been building up. Castle here, castle here, castle here. Philster needs stone, he's saying. His king is actually in this area right now. And some stone from Masty sent over to Philster there. And Philster, he feels like he's found a safe place now, so he can boom. Gray even sending some stone over to Philster. Nice guys. Good teammates. Elephants haven't really killed much. They have only made people enemies that were already seen as enemies because El Matador didn't even try and act as though he was going to team these people. They've just been enemies the whole time, which is so unbelievably bad in terms of Diplo strategy. We've seen it all before. Not seeing any signs that Masty wants to make a move yet. Okay, he's dropping stables. And Burmese elephants are really strong. So I could see him possibly wanting to just go for battle elephants. Okay. Ballista elephants. They're sitting here. Red, are you allied with this guy? Red, you're still allied with him. Oh, God. Oh, God. So many people are actually still allied with him, and they don't realize that. Red's trying to attack them. He doesn't know why this isn't working. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go. Yeah, finally. A little late, but better late than never, as they say. I don't think camels are that good against elephants anyways. There's not actually a lot you can do against mass ballistas as the Berbers. I think you would need Onager or something, but you're in Castle Age. Ugh. Is this El Matador from TTL Gold? Yeah, this is El Matador from Titans League Gold. He's a German player. A lot of people think he might be like Spanish because of his name, but no, he's a German player. I think if camels do have anti-elephant bonus damage, it's not very much. But it's not the first time I've seen someone try and make camels against elephants. It rarely works out. And Red is not receiving any help right now whatsoever, but Masty's building up elite battle elephants, and I think he will make a run for it to try and kill Matador's king. Philster and Baron, they need that to happen quickly here because they could go down. Red's king is in here, guys. Red's king might need to try and make a run for it into a transport ship. He didn't think ahead on that. He might have forgotten about it, actually. Yeah, I currently feel really bad for those that are up against El Matador as well. But, you know, they could end up coming back in this game as long as Masty saves them. Never thought the word savior and Mastyjames would be used in the same sentence before. But it seems like that's the direction this game is going. These are elite ballistas. And Red still has to save a king. He's currently just saved his village. And here we have it. Does El Matador know how to react to this? Is he prepared for this? Or did he just show up to kill a bunch of people, be aggressive, and then regret making so many enemies? I don't think, like, elite ballista elephants can be really good, but he has to bring these back home. So that keeps Red alive. And he's also losing a lot of his eco. And Masty is his king away from the fight and has different resources being collected elsewhere. Like, he has truly expanded into all these different areas. And Burmese elephants with the Howdah upgrade have tons of armor as well. So I think I might prefer the Howdah elephants. Also get to use the joke, how the hell do you stop these things after the Howdah upgrade? I think Halb would have been the call. Like, if you really know your opponent's making elephants, I think you would have needed barracks to go for Halbs with ballistas. And then you should shred. For now, he's kind of like hitting and running. He's starting to really get some kills. It's just taking some time. And meanwhile, again, his eco is all next to all of this. So he's really starting to fall apart. And, of course, you have to expect that blue, teal, purple, that other players could come into the thick of things here. So if they really want to kill this guy, which I'm sure a lot of people will want to, now would be the time for others to show up. Because if Matador survives and ends up killing Masty, it could end up being really bad for everyone. But I'm still not seeing it. I don't think it's possible. He only has 2 castles. I think he just, for whatever reason, either was overconfident or he didn't expect that yellow would attack him. Also, Masty's boomed up very nicely here. Remember, Masty focused primarily on the boom. So he didn't worry about any attacks. And El Matador was like click, 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 click on Philster. Click, 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 click over here on Baron. We'll see how this plays out. I really like the army comps as well from Masty. Like Masty mixing in monks to convert some of the yellies too. Yeah, and this castle officially boxes in Matador, who's probably struggling for resources now. Looking at his stockpile, doesn't have a lot of food, doesn't have a lot of gold. Macy's got more on each resource as well. The question now is how... Like, because I think Matador's going to die. I don't think there's any way out of it, even being El Matador. I do not think that he is a way to really survive this long. How do people treat Masty if Masty kills Matador? Do they go for Masty next? Because his score is going to be insane. The king is in here, guys. Do you also have pikes for a Matador? So that's the composition we were talking about. Is Halb. He's not on Halb yet. He's probably missing lots of upgrades. Just like a buffer for the ballista elephants. Still, though, going to lose his castle. We'll need... to expand his eco, and he's just got eco exposed everywhere. The Red's also helping too, and Red's on heavy camel. Well played from him. King does relocate here for El Matador. And Philster says to Masty, I think El Matador is good. Maybe we kill Red. Masty says we need to finish him. Yeah, I think so. All right, here's a question. Do you think that Philster messaged Masty on Discord privately before this game started? Because remember, we use Discord to set the games up, and then players get drawn. Man, Masty's truly everywhere. And the way Philster first talked to Masty, it seemed like they already had a plan set in place. He went directly to Masty and was like, all right, blah, 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 blah. Like, there was no, like, hey, do you want to be friends moment. I know in the past, Philster did that. I think it was him. Like, we're talking like 4 years ago. So we could have had some pre-Diplo here. But I think El Matador screwed around and found out here. He did not play Diplo here. And now he's got Teal that's going to turn on him eventually. I think he knows he's exposed and knows he could lose this king, so he's trying to keep it safe. And, well, okay, the camels are on the way. Red wants his revenge. And the king has been gated in. It's safe, but not for long. There's like very little eco remaining for El Matador, who again has to quick wall, getting the gates, getting the walls. He's out of stone, I think. He's gonna run for it. All right, still making the move. Ballista Elephant's here to help. Quick gate's still happening. King, though, still fully surrounded by camels. Well played from you, Red. A lot of people, they cower in fear after almost being killed earlier, and they don't come and help this quickly. He came to help very early. And Macy says, nice job, guys. We did it. El Matador types GG, and pro player out of the game. That game, it was a game where El Matador didn't really do anything I'd recommend in the Diplo game. But, you know, well played to Macy here. And now's the moment of truth. Now, Matador deleted his king. But again, now's the moment of truth because Macy's got this massive score. And just like they all wanted to kill Matador because of him being a pro player, they should look at Macy if they even paid attention to his rank and see how he's played. And they should possibly see him as a threat. But I don't think Red will, and I don't think Green will, because Yellow worked with them. So, like, that might actually be the team. Yellow, Red, and Green versus Gray, Blue, Purple, and Teal. First law of AoE2, pros always die first in Diplo games. Yep, it's one of them. It's certainly on the list of rules for diplomacy games. I love how Philster wants to kill Red. Okay, let me tech Halb, then I'll be ready. Macy's just going along with it. You need Red. You definitely need Red. By the way, when I have stockpiles on and I don't have the full list of players like this, it always shows top 3. And you can see the top 3 right now in wood, food, and gold. In the bank is Blue. He's got a very nice score and hasn't really fought too much. This is trade on water from Macy. So he's trading all the way over here to Purple's docks. And his gold count's going to be higher. He's got 88 gold workers, which is 50 more than second place players. Macy will destroy everyone in this game if they don't take care of him. He just will. I think I would take a 2K player who's played a lot of community games and actually Diplos over a 2K5 player. Maybe. At least in this particular instance, that proves to be the case. But yeah, we'll see. Yellow is really high score. This is great. Just relaying his concerns over to Blue. I mean, civ-wise, and even the position here, too. I love how Gray's walled in his king. Like Spanish and Britons, Gurjaras, Ethiopians, all those things combined is pretty epic. Look at the show tells be spammed here by Glad Recycler. Should we try and kill someone? Yellow has high score. Well, you could, at the very least, clear Yellow out of this area. But he doesn't really have that many important ecos locked down. Like, he's got stone now, but... Usually, if it's a team game, you'd want someone to go water to kill the other's trade. But I'm not seeing a ton of trade on water from the other players over here. Yeah, Macy did even move his king back pretty early on. He's played this very well. Macy seems very fond of Philster. If I had to guess, Philster messaged him, said, hey, I really want Legend of Philster. I haven't played community games in a long time. Will you team with me? And he said something like that on Discord. Philster, you need any res for booming? Philster does not respond. Glad Recycler telling his team, which right now is teal and blue. I think Gray's kind of there. Like, Gray's in it. But he's not as tight. It's not as close. Yeah, anyways, Glad Recycler says I'm going to go show tells. The Philster just like, I need some time. trying to get Vils. Philster at the moment has more woodworkers than anyone. 82. Wait, what is Macy's actual elo, Ace John? I thought he was like 1900. All right. Red sending some resources over to yellow. Also sending some resources over to Philster. Philster will not chat to anyone else. He says, Red's been trying to message me. Poor Red. Poor Red. Red is not in Masty or Philster's plans at all. What's up, White Knight? Welcome, man. I mean, if I need res, then send me res. Okay, so he's talking about what Red said. So. Hey, Gray, I'm allied with Perpentile. Want to join? Gray says yes. Okay, it's good that this happened for Gray because I had just assumed that that was already a deal in the first place. I'm afraid of 3 versus 4, says Red. This is a good statement from Red. I don't think that he distrusts Philster or Masty, but that is the case here. It's 3 versus 4. They need Red, for now at least. Masty says, hi, Red/Green. Only talking to you two. I think we might need to form our own team. Yes. Absolutely, they have to. You can't kill off Red and then have yellow and green against the rest. You just can't. I know that Masty's good, but it's a pure population thing at this point. And look at the amount of gold and fortifications players have as well. Macy's all-time high in 1v1s is 1828. Really? Oh, God, he's garbage. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so walk it back down. He's not 2K. He's 1800. But in terms of community games talent, he's played really well here. I can't wait to tell a Matador he got killed by an 1800, though. Oh, my God. I think the earlier we strike, the better. Before they get to amass tons for res. Taking sea control will be important. Got it. Vikings are good for that. Tonguey face, which is Philster. We'll see if Philster gets the message. Yeah, sea control if they're trading on water, and you can see both teams are doing so. And Macy's been around the block a few times, right? So, I mean, I love the army composition from Glad Recycler. Ethiopian Cav Archers are kind of underwhelming, but show tells are cool. Oh, he's missing a ton of blacksmith upgrades. He is missing a lot of blacksmith upgrades. Teal says all on board. Just making sure everyone's good to go. And maybe they will start getting more upgrades soon. I like the Elephant Archer choice. Community games are usually about having really tanky units. The problem with tanky units in a normal game is its cost, but in a community game, you have so many resources because players are booming up for so long. And there's a big line of trade from yellow. If he does end up teaming against the other team, having the trade on this shoreline could be problematic. And, well, Teal's going to make the move. So I don't know what we call this team of 4 over here, but the team of 4 ready to go. And we've got some pretty terrifying ranged units. We've got elite longbows. We've got elite elephant archers. We've got elite chakrams. And yellow acts like he wasn't going to turn on this guy himself anyways. As you should do. Be like, hey, what are we doing? Why are you doing this? Yeah, they probably should get ready in this location. Philster says, we need to move quick. Gray trying to ask me who my allies are. Pretending to miss it, but need to move before he finds allies. I love that. Gray is trying to convince him. Gray says, do you remember? We were good neighbors from the start. I think Gray's strategy is to just be friends with everyone until there's maybe just 3 or 4 players left. Oh, and Masty says, get Gray to join us if you can. Oh, Gray's about to be the most popular kid in school. What? That's going to be a tough decision for him. I wonder how Gray handles that. I don't think Gray's prepared for, hey, choose us over them. Okay, so Red has, wow, peak Berber army here. Just missing a couple camel archers, but he's got elite genitors, and then he's also got heavy camels. And Red's like, hey, I thought we had a plan. Where are you, team? And Philster's not ready to fight yet, and Yellow's not here to help. Someone on Glad Recycler's team needs to tell him to get blacksmith upgrades, though. I'm concerned that having 0 armor in the long run is going to be an issue. The Genitors seem to do a really good job versus the Elephant Archers. I've never actually seen Genitor versus Elephant Archer. It seems really strong. It's a mounted skirm, so it kind of makes sense, right? Okay, where is Yellow? Here he comes with elephants. The elephants are going to be tough to stop. Really, if you're up against elephants, guys, your best friend is going to be scorpions or halbs. But ideally halbs, which Britons have. There are barracks back here for blue. Well, they've all gone for the ranged units, with the exception of these showtells. Philster really strategizing the Diplo. This is... We all kill blue, then Gray immediately after. So they're planning on discarding Gray if Gray were to take the deal. And, ooh, I wonder if that was... Okay, so Gray said, I'm scared of blue. That might have been, you know, after hearing the offer. Or maybe he just scared of blue in general, because blue's very strong. But yeah, you need halbs here. You need halbs. The Burmese elephants, you never see them in high-level play because of the cost. But after the Howdah upgrade, these elephants are ridiculous. Yeah, these things are going to stop. Longbow does 7 plus 4, so 11 damage. The pierce armor on these things is 9. So you're taking 2 damage, and you have 320 HP. It's just so strong. And honestly, if this continues, I mean, we haven't even seen Philster come into the game yet. If this continues, blue could die. Red and yellow doing a great job. Red's fighting. Gray did say on my way, but he's saying that to everybody, which could be making Philster's team think that he's coming to help them. He says this because Teal just kind of yelled at him for not being here. And Gray, you can't stay away from the fights for too long, otherwise people are going to call you out. Okay, trade from yellow. Seems like it might switch positions. We have Navy from yellow in the trade. We've got Navy from Philster ready to be in the trade. This is so good for Philster, for Baron Jellymancer, and for Mastyjames. And it's good enough where if they had Siege here, I'd honestly think the other players can't take them. We haven't seen a switch to... Okay, there's some Halb. That's pretty good. Gray is an important player here. He's a really important player to blue, teal, and purple. Because if he's not helping, it's just a 3v3. And I think we know which 3v3 team is going to win. He's currently attacking El Matador's units and is going to lose a lot of his conquistadors. But, you know, Genitor out there, so strong against the Britons, good against the Halbs, good against the Longbows. The Shotel Warriors could really contribute with their high attack. But it really feels like, again, as long as there was siege, right? Like if there was more bombard cannons from red, maybe they could start to push back the fortifications from blue. Blue is holding for now, though. Look at the gold workers. Look who has the top 3 in gold workers. Let's actually look at it in general. Doesn't sort it now, but Masty with 20k gold, 60 gold workers, 51 for Gray. And then you've got Red on 40. And then, you know, some of the others really low gold counts right now. We'll see if they can stabilize. See if there's going to be a little bit more oomph to these pushes. Not seeing a whole lot. That's showing me that they can at least push past this castle. And meanwhile, obviously, they're losing any fishing ships, fish traps they have. and everything else. Oh. Okay, Gray trying to kill Red here, and Red's king is in there. This could be huge. Red's played a really good game here. He got a warning here. I think Red clearly knows what's happening. Can Gray get this? These are not cav archers. They can miss their shots. Oh, the villagers! The villagers are blocking it, and a beautiful accuracy there from Gray. He did click the king. It'd be so easy to misclick and click a villager there. And now Red is out. So, you know, Philster had just said to Red, and also to Masty, of course, this Gray guy, we're not really going to work with him anyways. We're going to use him, and we're going to spit him out. That was the plan. And Gray's like, how do you like that, fool? How do you like that? And he's not finished. He is not finished. Where's Philster's king right now? Oh, Philster's king is up here. Okay, Philster's re-walling it because he's panicking. I think Gray might be on the prowl for it. So now, on land, it is only yellow on his own against teal, blue, and purple, when purple sends in more Showtail warriors. Is sending in batches of Showtail warriors. And red was pretty crucial to their success because of the Genitors. Now Halbs should be coming out and having a lot more success. Also, holy elite cannon galleons from Gray. What? Whoa, dude. Holy crap. Where is Conks now, too? I'm sorry. I'm struggling to follow where his armies have gone. He's here now, actually. Well, I was really unsure on what was going to happen in this game. Because I didn't think that Gray was going to really have the conviction to choose a side. But he chose a side, all right. Now, I think Red did a good job there. Red didn't have a lot of castles. I think he made a run for it. Maybe, I think sometimes you have to make a run for it before it's going to eject naturally. That way, you know, you run a little bit earlier than they expect. But now Macy needs to do something special, and Philster is kind of on the losing side. Also, look at all these Spanish cannon galleons. Say goodbye to your trade, Masty, and say goodbye to your trade, Philster, if you even have trade here. That was big play. Also, look at Glad Recycler. First community game after apparently 4 years of trying to play. And really wants a king snipe on the best player here. Showtail warriors destroy buildings pretty quickly. But I think with the triple castle fire and the elephants being here, this is probably going to be a wasted effort. But nothing is a waste at this stage. And even Teal's coming back on water. Nothing is a real waste at this stage because they're making progress this way. So they're overtaking the water, or they have overtaken the water to a degree anyways. Not fully. Yellow's actually back on water, still trading then. Oh, Yellow's got a lot of navy. But yeah, they're taking the land. Macy says, I think we have to retreat to water, Philster. He feels like they might lose all of their land here. I mean, he's not wrong. Because he has 65 galleons, and there's no world where he can have enough pop space to fight all this back as well. So, you know, you have to work with your trade and hope that the trade is enough for you in the long run, and you have to get out of here. It's a bit weird to just fall back to the islands, but guys, think some of the Blue Coffee episodes on Pilgrims back in the day. Think, shoot, I'm forgetting some of the titles because it's been so long, but there have been victories on Pilgrims with wonders if you go for a wonder on the island and then protect fully with Navy. It really surprises people. And Masty could do it. He has the wood, he has the gold, he has the stone. Okay, Philster goes, Gray, I know you're working with blue, but you might have a better chance to win if you turn before we die, I think is what Philster's trying to say. Which is not a bad tip. I think if you're gonna go Wonder Victory, you'd need to do it soon, though. And then there's so many people. But basically what you'd have to do, because look at these army counts. Teal would have to delete 50 elephants just to have pop space to come onto water. Gray says, so what should I do? Philster says, stop, trade first, then attack him. Philster, really, with lots of strategy here. Unfortunately, not really able to... Where are these red units going? The red's been dead for so long. Not really able to show too much for it. His actual play thus far. I mean, obviously, he got picked on early. I'm going to get champion now. I do feel bad for him. Being Vikings on land really hurts. You really need to be on water, if anything, here to help your team. Philster's king hasn't been moved. So... that's really bad. I also think that Gray's going to kill Philster. I don't think he's going to kill Blue. Killing Blue right now would be a really risky play, and then you'd have all the other players up against you. Philster now telling Purple, you might have a better chance to win if you start attacking Teal before we die. Philster is trying to break up the other team right now, guys. And it might actually be working. Philster's little whispers... it got Gray curious, and Gray's like, yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea. Maybe I should try this. We are going to kill yellow. We are going to kill green, and blue I'm really scared of. Yo. All right, now blue's experience, so he should have the rally point set from this castle onto this castle and this castle onto this castle. Like, blue right now is saying they may go for wonder, so he knows about the possibility. Gray's conks are up here. He's going to turn, and he's shooting that castle now. You got to bring the conks in, though, bro. Okay, blue reacts. Where does the king go? It runs away. And right into the next castle. These bomber cannons go down. And now this is fascinating. Because Gray is like fighting. There's a civil war, right? They haven't finished the main battle, and now there's some type of a civil war. Now, it's not as bad for them as if Teal and Blue would have turned on each other, because those two are just buddy-buddy at this point, but it still is something they've got to worry about, which should, in theory, give Masty that time to think about a wonder, because Gray and Blue can't focus on him. You see Blue coming home now? He has someone to deal with, someone else to deal with, and Gray says, what have I done? He knows how big a mistake that was. And Philster, he knew how important it would have been to his chances to get those two to fight against each other, honestly. And he wants the same with Purple. I wonder if Purple's going to be tempted to do it. Yeah, look. Blue says, I fight Gray. He's like, I have a job to finish now. And also, like, this is their best corner to trade to as well. Oh, God. Still don't know. I mean, Purple's been getting some nice kills here. I still am not seeing how Masty does anything of value on land. That is too many camels and elephant archers. He is massing ranges, and he has a transport, and he's making trebs. So he might be thinking about a king snipe. I really do think wonder is a good play, though. There goes Blue with the halbs. And Gray says, Philster, I need your help now. Dude, Gray, Philster is not prepared to help you. He's just giving you ideas. Philster had no army, dude. I mean, he might have some army. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not seeing much. That's really funny to me. That Philster basically got this guy to screw himself over. And poor Gray is just like... I mean, he did understand that he screwed up. He said, what have I done? But he just got played. Now, I don't think Philster was necessarily trying to be deceitful. I think he was just trying to, you know, switch things up a little bit. Like, he is trading... Oh, okay, Gray is trading with Philster. I don't know what's happening. Philster's army is here. Unfortunately, not really much Vikings can do against elite elephant archers. Again, elephant archer is a really strong HP unit. I think you need some siege in the mix to have any chance against it. Teal's still fighting on water against Masty. So Teal's done a lot in this game. This is a really good game. He's fighting on land with this and winning. Fighting on water with this and not winning, but competing. I honestly, okay, question for my viewers, obviously on the stream, but then later on in videos. If you are in Blue's position and that happens, right? You get attacked by Blue or by Gray. And he messages you and say, hey, listen, I screwed up. I'm sorry. And like sends you 1K gold. Do you take him back or do you just try and kill him anyways? Because I feel like this is a crucial time. I feel like this is an important time to be going the other way. And then maybe you can just... You can lack trust. That's fine for the long run. But I feel like right now, going this direction could possibly affect your chances to win the game. I'm curious if people would forgive or not. I think you're fully within your rights not to forgive. Take the gold and kill him. Okay, that's fair. All right. Now, just curious what people would do. My opinions don't really matter because I play community games in a different way as the streamer, right? Like, people want to kill me for the highlights regardless. I trust no one. I've learned that the hard way many times. That if I trust people, it will end bad for me. But Gray didn't even try to negotiate, which is why I brought it up. But maybe because he thinks he can win. This army comp is ridiculous. He's got Siege, he's got Champs, he's got Conquistadors. If he had Trebs too, he could maybe push back these castles. Oh man, Glad Recycler looping into Philster's base. Looking for damage. Philster's pikes poking down some of these elephants. And Teal says purple. Also go navy, please. Over here, blue's still kind of held. There's still a lot of champs, but they're running into Castle Fire. They're running into what's left of the longbows. There's not a lot of them. And the Showtells are going to raid Philster to death here. Philster's eco count, whatever it's at right now, at 114, it's going to drop hard. If he's making only pikes, he'll get shredded by Showtails. Guys, if you're ever looking to make a push, you want the army, and then you just want 4 to 6 Trebs. 4 Trebs minimum. Gray would have taken out both these castles already. I mean, he's still going to take out the castles, but with no Trebs is pretty insane. So blue's falling apart. I think Philster's going to fall apart. Yellow's still kind of in it. And still trading, which is so important. I wonder if Yellow... I mean, the Wonder Victory has to come soon, right? If he can stabilize on water. I'll check his res again. He still could do it. Now, you need to have 45 or 46 vills to have the max amount of villagers to be able to build it. And I think that's the concern. He has to get all of his villagers in the same island before he starts it. All right, great. Still no Trebs. Not a fan. This castle is 35 kills, 36 kills, 37 kills, and counting. But I'm impressed. Not a fan of how you're doing it, but you're doing it, so props to you. Anyways, Teal's upset. Teal says, you are giving the yellow win like this, and blue's like, he tried to snipe me. Yes. And now Gray asks for peace, and blue accepts. Okay, so there's the negotiations we wanted. Yeah, that's what I meant, right? Like, Teal's point is valid. If you guys are fighting amongst yourselves, it's just going to give yellow an opportunity to win this game. Anyways, purple is just... Literally, all purple has done this game is just send Shota warriors into people's ecos and be annoying with it. Good job from Philster. He does have a lot of champs. Champs will be able to hold against this. And Philster actually has the most military in the game right now, guys. So, now, all this army from Gray and all the army from Blue should be making a push somewhere. That push should be on land against Yellow and potentially against Philster. But Gray likes Philster, so I don't know what happens if Blue ends up making a move against Philster. But it has to be the play. You have a team of 4 against 2 right now. Now, Gray says to everyone, including Philster here, Yellow will build a wonder on an island. God, you guys are so informed. You watch my videos. You know the strategies. I'd love it. We killed El Matador. Not we. You guys killed El Matador. That's really sick. The fact that they pick up on that. Normally, that's something that I mean, I guess one person could have brought it up and it put that thought into others' minds, but that's not something that people think of all the time. I knew Masty would because of his experience. All right, here comes another random Showtail army into raid. Purple's cracking me up. Can you imagine being Philster? I'd be like, man, this is getting annoying. Can you stop this? It's like you kill one batch of Showtails and then there's another one running right into your eco. Interesting spot to attack. He attacks Philster's market. But then, yeah, he'll kill Philster villagers, obviously. With what little map control on land Masty had left, he was able to produce some halbs and stop the Trebs. Navy's being massed over here from Teal. I want to check gold count again. It says he has 21 on gold. That is very little. And he only has 1,000 gold in the bank. Now, purple is helping with his bomber cannons from the shoreline, and I don't think yellow is going to expect that, so it's possible he'll lose all those ships. Probably was going to lose all of his ships anyways. He's got very little eco on land. He'll even run out of wood at some point, right? But he's got the trade. At least he had the trade. He needs Philster to make a dock. He needs someone to make a dock. There's Philster dock. Yeah, and then once Philster finishes that dock, then he can trade do it. Even just small things from yellow, like not clicking all the trade to that dock at once is so smart. Because it'll be a giant traffic jam. This is actually much better for efficient trade. This is really good thinking. Anyways, your couple halbs cannot stop longbowmen with Trebs. And that's going to be the next choice here from blue. I think all these buildings are slowly going to start going down. Guys, how does this game end? I'm thinking wonder attempt from yellow. Still has to be his play. There's no way you can ever get back on land here, yellow, so... Now, maybe because he is such a high-ranked player, he doesn't think of the wonder here, but... I think wonder victory has to be the play. Purple, stop attacking gray. Oh, wait, purple was attacking gray? And gray said, stop attacking me. And purple's like, sorry, didn't get the memo that we're all friends now. I was just doing that because you attacked blue. That's exactly what happened. All right. That's a pretty big army. Undoubtedly heading in towards Philster. Yet again. And purple feels bad about it, sends resources over to gray. Okay, so Macy says, let me get my market text and I'll give you some. I think something Macy needs to try that he hasn't done is get somebody else in on this alliance. Because you can work with just Philster if you want to go for the wonder victory, but I'm not seeing that he's going to go wonder victory. So you have to talk to somebody else here. Someone who's impressionable. Yeah, that was legitimately just a mistake from purple. He didn't understand. He said resources for apology. Gray accepts. Castles building slowly going down here. Obviously, it's Treb, so it does take some time. But yeah, no castles anymore on the shoreline or on the mainland for yellow. And honestly, yellow should lose all of his docks eventually to the ships. Or not the ships, to the Trebs. Like, yeah, trading on water is great, but you shouldn't be able to dock if they push towards the docks. Again, something they're probably not really thinking of. Teal's doing a good job keeping up with yellow on water. He's got more ships here and closer reinforcements. Philster's still in stabilized mode and hold on mode. Gray's going to be here to help. Gray is very scared to send all of his army out, though. He always stays at home. But still, you know, Gray wasn't kidding, though. He really did lose a lot of vills. Philster hoping to defend from this. Did get a good engagement around the longbows. Also getting a good engagement around the Trebs. So this will again delay things. And again, giving time for Masty, especially now that he's losing the water, maybe think about a wonder. But I guess if you're losing on water, you don't think about a wonder. Yeah, the infantry has since been upgraded. Yeah, purple did get full upgrades on the infantry. Ting, 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 ting. Where's purple going now? Heading over here towards the markets. My man loves to attack a market. Does Glad Recycler work for a Glad or for a trash company? I don't know. People do not need to submit to me what their IRL jobs are to play community games. I can't tell you, but I'm sure he'll rewatch this at some point and maybe could add perspective. Yeah, is he happy to be recycling? Or does he recycle Glad products? I think that's a brand, right? It's like at least in the US, it's like a trash bag brand. No trade for you, Philster, and no trade for you, Masty, because there's no Philster dock anymore, right? That is the last Philster dock, so I don't think Glad Recycler realizes how important that is. But that is a pretty big deal. This trade's going to be all confused now. He's a happy environmentalist. Why was that not the most obvious thing we thought of? That he's happy to be recycling. Like, I recycle, but I'm never like... It never makes me happy. I'm just like, yep, that's the thing to do. Maybe it makes me a bad person. I don't know. I think the Wonder Dream is dead, guys. I think like the time to make a Wonder was before the others got their act together. It was when Blue and when Gray were fighting. The Wonder Dream is now dead. I think Philster will eventually die. I think Yellow will eventually die as well. I'm not seeing any trade working right now. Not working well. Yellow's actually trade heisting. He's taking trade from Blue's docks. Which you can do. You can take trade from the enemy docks. And so, you remember earlier when Philster said to Gray, go attack Blue because we're going to die? This would be another good time to try it against Blue. Philster says, I'm pretty sure Yellow is dead, Gray. And Gray says, yeah. The problem now for Gray is he's going to be target number 1 once Yellow and Green are dead. Because he's untrustworthy. So what's next for you, Gray, is you either be proactive and try and get a snipe, or maybe you give Blue some other idea, which would probably be Philster, honestly. Sorry, I don't know why I have so many hiccups today. Philster says, need to stop their trading because I'm next. Yeah, but their trade is going to him. It's going to Gray. Oh, it's also going to Blue. It's actually not that unrealistic that they kill that trade. I think it is unrealistic that it has any effect. There's too many players involved, and they're pretty skilled players as well, right? Like, Teal and Blue are playing amazing, and then Purple is so consistent with those show tells. It's not Exploding Kings, right? So I just think Philster eventually gets stomped out and gets killed. I think Gray might be the target after that. Yellow still unsure on if he can survive here. Somehow still has 27,000 gold. Guys, I'm telling you, trade. Trade is so key. But he doesn't have docks. Or he's starting to lose docks. He obviously has plenty. And he's got to make some decisions soon. Gray killing tons of trade. Fast fire ships found their spots. And cannon galleons are here too. Allied victory. Philster loves the good old Allied victory. By the way, Bars, I think you were the one that brought up the game with Explosive Hopper from like a month ago that never hit YouTube. Thank you for that. We found the recording and we're gonna get it on YouTube. That game, it completely slipped my mind. I just assumed that it ended up going up. So I want to say thanks now that I'm thinking of it, because I had Hardy hunted down. It was a really good game. Would have been a shame for it not to hit YouTube. If you're going to attack the 3 of them, now is the time, says Philster. Yeah. It's like the best time, but it's still a horrible time, you know? it's still not really gonna work. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong. Blue actually sending gold to gray. I wasn't expecting the trust to extend that far. And again, we've got 6 players remaining in this game. It feels like 3 of them could be dead within the next 10 minutes. Maybe not 10 minutes. Philster's put up an amazing fight. Continues to do so. And yellow continues to put up an amazing fight as well. But it feels like just a matter of time. I do not see a win condition in his future. Hey, I think you also forgot that game 2 years ago with the relic victory on Pilgrims, nothing in the corner. No, I have that one. Legend of Noob Nothing. Legend of Noob Nothing's on YouTube. I'm gonna assume, Sir Walrus, that was a game that you won. Dude, the Legend of Noob Nothing is so funny. I rewatched a bit of that the other day. And it just cracks me up. The guy killed some of his own units. He had a good strat, though. Maybe we should do Pilgrims Nothing next week. Good news for you guys. Oh, actually, can I do community games next week? Yeah, community games I think are on next week as well. I was originally going to have some friends come into town, and then the friends can't make it into town, which is slightly disappointing for me, but, you know, I'll enjoy community games too. Eppelein, serious. If you're going to attack, do it before they're back at base. Yeah, I mean, Philster, he gets it, dude. Philster, he gets it. But Philster's got to try something, right? By the way, I think now is wonder time for yellow. He has 124 galleys somehow, or galleons. He's actually going to beat teal. He's beating back blue, and blue's rally points are screwed up. Now's the wonder. Gray is here as well, though. Yellow going to speak to the enemy. Says, hey, purple and gray, how you doing? Gray says, enjoying Friday, and you. Yellow says, doing anything fun today? Other than this, of course. All right, chatting him up. I mean, these would be the people to talk to. Blue and teal. So FLK and you know, weird Dutch name I can't read. They're very actively hunting down yellow. They are never going to ally him. And, oh, Gray's going to turn on Philster. Gray's going to turn on Philster. Philster told Gray what to do so many times. Gray got sick of it. He's like, hey, how about I just kill you? Because, you know, that seems like an easier play than me going up against all the other 3 on land. And Philster is dead. Welcome back to Kami Games, Philster. Things did not pan out for you here, my friend. But honestly, now that I think about it, great play from Gray. Because now he might be back in Blue's good graces. Now he's back on the team. He had to prove himself, you know? Purple's like, good job. Teal's like, good job. And Blue's like, finally. That's not exactly the type of response you want to see. It's a little judgy, but... So now they can all focus on yellow. But he should have made... I think it's too late for the wonder. I still think now is the best time because he's got 100 ships, but you need to get going now, my friend. Now remember, he was just chatting, just flirting with Glad Recycler and with Eppelein. So maybe there's a world where he could convince them to do something. Yeah, great play from Gray. I'd like the interactions between green and gray this game. Gray being like, what have I done? That was really interesting. But I think he did the right thing. He was just strong enough where he was a threat against blue. He's actually making progress against blue. And he said, you know what? Actually, we should be pals. Hello, Teal. Can you leave me to city build over here for a bit? I mean, I guess his strategy was to ask nicely. It's a good shot, good attempt at least. But why would they ever let you do that? I think he needs wood, so he's trying to build up a new TC here. Like, again, reminder. Oh, he doesn't actually have the wood for wonder anymore. But he's still got a lot of food, still got a lot of gold, still got the stone.
Yes.
This would be the time. Everyone is committing so much of their population to water. This would actually be a really good time to make a move against someone on land. Like, let's use Teal as an example. Teal's army count is 73. And 50 of that is here on water. And then Gray, obviously, here with a bit on water as well. But, I mean, they really are all on water except for Purple. And Purple does have show tells. And siege onagers, I noticed at one point. He teched it anyways. And bombard cannons. I think Purple's up to something. Actually, I think he's going to hop into those transports. Yellow still is more Navy than both these guys combined. It's crazy. But he'll eventually run out of res because he doesn't have as much trade as them and he doesn't have access to wood. I think what Philster was saying to Gray was both within his best interest, like Philster's best interest, but also what would have been best for them if they were a team, right? Like if Philster and Gray were a true long-term team. But I do think that when Gray attacked, it was a bad play for Gray and it could have gone horribly wrong. Nope, not seeing any moves against kings. Gray does have random petards walking around, which is a little suspicious. Yellow defense. Make a freaking wonder, dude. And that requires him to transport villagers, which is all really annoying. He doesn't have villagers here now, but make a wonder. Blue, why you trade with yellow, 11? So there's actually a signal to the dock that yellow is trading with. So Gray noticed it, and blue says, bruh, and deletes the dock. So now does yellow have anyone to trade with? I forgot that the only reason the trade was running was because of blue's dock there. Now yellow has no trade. Kind of rooting for purple. Something about his name sounds comforting. I like purple because he's like clearly not the best player, but he's contributed consistently towards the team. And he's been a pretty nice guy overall. But I think he's impressionable. And that's what yellow is trying. He says, I'm sure you could have opportunity to kill teal. King here, last I checked. Oh, yeah. This is what yellow needs to try. It's got to be so tempting for purple. Getting a king kill would be awesome. Purple does say on it, but not to yellow. Teal is asking purple to make navy. Yeah, purple was asked before as well, and he never did. So he doesn't want to seem like he's not fighting for the team. Check the res income again. So Masty has wood income because of his reboom here. If they were to see him, they would kill that, but they don't actually see that, which is a shame for them. But Masty's just got 5k gold, which obviously seems like a lot, but he has 0 gold income. So that'll disappear pretty quickly. Will purple do it? Yes or no, guys? I have a next level prediction, okay? Purple's going to wait to try and kill teal. He's going to wait and make sure that enough progress is made versus yellow before that happens.
Yes.
Which is the smart play. You don't want to kill teal and then have yellow be stronger. But he's going to eject his king from his castle by mistake and send it forward at least to here before he realizes, if at all. I do not, even though he's been watching my content for 4 or 5 years, he says he's tried to get in for 4 years, just got in today. He's going to hate me when he rewatches this. But I feel like he's not going to realize in the heat of the moment that his king is in there. That's just my prediction. So it could get wild. I think purple will take out teal too, and yellow will come back later. Depends how early. Like, yellow's best chance to come back is teal dying now. which is why yellow mentioned that to purple. And purple's probably thinking about it, but he is going to help the team with the redock, it seems. Yellow 50 navy. Blue and teal collectively 50 navy. So we'll call it a 50-50 fight. I think it'll be a fight that yellow comes out on top with because he has docks close by. But guys, he does not have gold income beyond the gold he had banked. His stockpile is going to look rough. It's down to 4K now. He still has thousands of gold. But he just eventually will run dry on gold. Which is why I think it has to be Wonder. Or purple needs to make a move. Gray is going to try and kill purple. What's funny is the monk is healing up Gray's units before the attack. The monk is an imposter. I mean, his side is God's side, and God has decided that the right play is for purple to die. The monk did move almost like purple moved it. But monks sometimes will like follow units in close proximity. This is interesting. Oh my god. Okay, cannon galleons from Gray going for the king. King relocated to the new castle that yellow just made. So they don't think that yellow's on the mainland. That's why they're shooting that market there. Purple noticed. Purple noticed Gray is here, and purple is left with the king. Purple's out of here. And Gray's trying to break apart this team again. Which is what he tried before. Cannon galleons from Gray going for this castle. King is in there. Cannon galleons are protected by some of Teal's navy. Oh, this is going to be super close. The king is out. The king is out. They could make a move for it. Gray's doing this, and he's hoping to immediately after doing it, immediately after completing this. Oh, the king, I can barely see it. Wow, he's like blending in with the house. But yeah, he's hoping he can get the timing right to where he'd be able to then turn on purple. Which is pretty fancy stuff. But, I mean, it looks pretty obvious. I think that they're getting a little bit too crazy here. Just literally just take out his docks. I understand sniping the king right now would be amazing. But even if you don't end up killing the king here, at least make sure he doesn't have water control. Because a player like yellow probably going to be able to get away. There he goes. He sees the ships there, though. And so he has to wait. Blue must have researched treason. He says he's on ship. And then yellow's making the move to escape. Gray is now turned on purple, which we knew would happen. Purple would move the king without saying anything. He's going to have to turn on Gray here. And that's a lot of champions. No response from purple yet. The king for yellow still trying to get away. Oh, blue's trying to cut him off here. He's so close. Yellow, you can't go this way yet. No reaction from purple yet. Blue still hasn't seen this. He's looking. Yellow's escorting it, though. Blue still can't find it. Purple's here as well. Purple's distracted trying to find this guy. There it is. There it is. The king's on land. The king's gonna die. Yellow's dead. Purple. Purple, you have a couple seconds to realize here. Fortunately for you, it is infantry from Gray, but I don't know where the king goes here. King is there. I don't know if it's moving. What is this traffic jam? This is like New Year's Eve around New Year's Eve. Wow, New York, sorry, on New Year's Eve, and the king goes down there as well. So Glad Recycler is dead. Explain this. What is this mess? Mastyjames is dead. We have blue, we have teal, and we have gray. And I'm pretty sure that gray is going to be killed now because teal and blue have been together this whole game. They fought so well together, and gray just turned against the team again with that snipe. So teal says, hey, let's kill Gray. And blue says, I agree. Now gray goes, blue, let's go after teal. So blue's like, ooh, not a bad position for me. Because everyone wants to be friends with me, but gray says, I hold on to be a good neighbor still. And blue says, I agree. So he says, I agree to both of them. He can't truly agree with both of them. Which side will he actually care about. Now he goes, those towers are scary. And he says that to teal. If I had to lean towards anything, I would say that blue is going to opt to team with teal. And so I think the statement of towers being scary, especially being Spanish bombard towers, is accurate. I mean, Gray's attacking teal right now. Like, teal kind of needs a little bit of help. But I don't know if blue realizes that. I think teal will be okay. Yeah, it seems like blue is just massing up to deal with gray. Okay, so you know what's a big problem right now? I feel really bad for him. Look at all the navy for teal. And he still has so many galleons in queue. Okay, so he's got 25, 50, 60. He's going to have like 70 ships that he can't use now. And it's similar to before when he had elephants on land that he couldn't really use. You either just have to let them die in a really bad fight, or you just have to delete them. And teal does point out that Gray was attacking him. But yeah, the reason teal won't contribute much is because he just doesn't have top space. What do you do if you're Gray?
Yes.
Well, I think you put up a good fight here and do your best. I don't know how you can really surprise someone. I think cannon galleons, maybe on the shoreline or something, could contribute in some way, but you know, backstab blue earlier, you kind of have to expect this. And then you would just killed purple as well. In some games, you might make an argument that killing purple was bad for him because he could have had an ally, but I don't think purple would have taken that deal. I think it would have been purple and then teal and blue all working against him. So instead of a 3v1, it's now a 2v1. If you hold on long enough, sometimes teal and blue don't trust each other anymore. Or it's too tempting for someone like teal who is running through blue's base, and blue is very much used to that. But then eventually there could be some distrust there, and there could be some type of change. Unlikely that happens, though. And it looks like the push is starting. Blue should prep to snipe teal while fighting gray. Yes, but again, if you make it obvious now, then you end up fighting a 1v1 against each other, and then gray wins. Okay, there is one thing which gray must do, regardless of how the fighting goes. And what that is you say to each of them individually, or maybe even just one of them, you say, like, something along the lines of, they're trying to backstab you. That honestly might not be believable. I think what might be better is to act like you're sending a message to one of the other players and you screwed up the chat settings. So be like, just say publicly, and be like, all right, he's distracted at my base. I can hold, kill him fast. Say that, and then suddenly both of them are really paranoid that Gray is talking to their teammate. I think that would be really good. I don't think they'll ever do that. I think it's like very rare that something like that happens. I think that's your best bet at getting blue and teal to distrust each other, is act as though you screwed up your chat settings. Gray said, okay, we can end this a bit faster. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Yeah, I am seeing him killing some stuff, though, so that's cool, I guess. Yeah, be really vague. Like, all right, got it. Yeah, what are you waiting for? Kill him. Anything like that, yeah. It's just tough, though, because you want it to make them act fast, but it can't be too obvious. So I think you want to go for something simple, like a couple simple messages first, and then move. You know, if you really get desperate, then go for it. Blue says, do we do an arena after this? I mean, these two have really been through it all with each other. Since the start, they've been working together. Gray was really important to their team getting to this point, though. Gray killing red is possibly why any of these players are still alive. If red wouldn't have died, I think that Masty never dies, and I think Philster never died. I mean, okay, someone dies eventually, but... Gray holding on. Gray's a fighter. Okay, so you do this, and then you say... And then you wait like a minute, and then you say something. And say, okay, I've killed his Trebs. He can't kill you now. Go for it. Let's check stockpile again. Blue and teal still trading with each other. The trade is right here. But it's still trade income, which means they've got so much more gold to work with. Gray actually has no food. Oh yeah, Gray is dead. He probably has units in queue, but... I remember purple at one point had killed his villagers. It doesn't look like he ever added more farmers. So yeah, once Gray loses this big ball of 100 army, which is obviously quite strong, then Gray is dead. Philster says that was a fun game, but by the way, Allied victory is enabled. Ooh. Dude, I honestly don't even know. I think with Allied victory, everyone needs to... I don't know if there's a way to remove that possibility in the game on standard win condition. Did you click it, Philster? Did you click it? I know you're a fan. Honestly, I think in a game like this, I'm okay with Allied victory. If it's going the direction that we think it's going, where blue and teal have fought together the whole game and are going to kill Gray, I think Allied victory is perfect for a game like this. I understand people want blood, but these guys have had no reason to distrust each other this whole time. They've been on water together. They've been on land together. This is actually a legitimate use for Allied victory. Because the alternative is you do like a little showdown of sorts at the end. And there's Gray. Gray knows it's over for him soon, so he's just going to show his king. And Gray's out of the game. Gray played well. Well played to Gray. Don't think it will be Allied victory. Teal just says where. We have the classic ceremonious ending being planned. They haven't really thought about it yet. But people, get your tickets, please. The final arena. The finale of this game. With the arena between FLK and Coke... I always want to say Coke Dick. I don't know about that. Oh, Teal's making a wonder! Ooh, it's a wonder race. And he still has so much navy. He says, screw your arena. I want this win. And Blue says, bruh. Teal, you got to bring your king here, though, dude. You got to bring your king. I forgot the wonder victory was possible. He says, let's build arena. Well, of course you want to build it now. Yeah, let's take our time building that thing. I think an arena should be perfect. Let's just take our time, all right? Blue says, that's a great idea. I'm going to make a wonder. And I have more villagers here. What have you done, Teal? You need more villagers. They might not really even think this is going to be a wonder victory. But, Blue, someone's going to catch you. Someone's going to catch you. And it's not even going to be close. Because we have 41 villagers against 10. Teal immediately regrets this decision. Unless he stops it somehow. I don't think we're going to see an arena. I think they're going to fight. Blue says, where is your king? Where's your king? That would be my response. None of your business. So what do we do, says Blue. Well, I don't think Teal was expecting... Teal thought he was going to be really smart. And he thought that he was going to get you with the whole wonder thing. And now he feels like an idiot. He's trying to play it cool. And then Blue, the Britain player, tries to encourage a Treb versus Treb matchup. Teal's like, yeah, I could do that, but don't you have those accurate Trebs? And Blue's like, yeah, I forgot. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No one forgets about Werewolf. Not that's that good. You didn't forget. But I appreciate it. That's like twice now. Yeah, you know, just like casual little wonder. Oh, yeah, I forgot, yeah. They're too nice to try and, like, fully take the win by force because they love each other. Well, I don't know about love, but... You know, there's a lot of mutual respect. Yeah, so both could go onager. Oh, and here's the arena. Okay. We'll bring the turkey in as spectators, maybe. I think they are doing the arena. Because they want to end the game. They need to have a winner, but they don't have it in them to kill their opponent. There's the wonder now for blue. I personally am not going to wait 348 years for this wonder to complete. Unless, of course, they go for a big battle, then it's different. Blue says my wonder looks lit, though. It does look lit. I agree. Never seen the Gurjara one. You know what'd be epic? If he's like, never seen the Gurjara one. Boom. Kills Teal, and he's like, and we never will. If I was a scriptwriter for this game, that's what I would write in. But Teal still hasn't moved his king. Because the arena is not finished. Who's making the arena? Is Blue making the arena? Is Teal making the arena? Are they both going to have separate arena? Oh, they both... Okay, they both contribute. I mean, that's only fair. It's 50-50 ownership on this project, so... That's a strip club? What, the Wonder? You think the Britain Wonder looks like a strip club? What type of strip clubs are you going to? Give me the address. Seriously, I want to go tonight. No, I don't know. Maybe you're talking about something else. T90 set a precedent. Let them know we will not stand for this. Listen, here's the deal. Anyone who's like, oh my God, this arena thing is so stupid. Anyone who doesn't like it, it's because we, over time, all were very much against Allied victory. Right? That's why this happens. Because people are very anti-Allied victory. And now people are becoming very anti-arena finish because we've had that happen enough times. We need another idea for when two players who've been friends the whole game want to end the game. It's hard, you know, it's hard to be creative. A cannon galleon war? I don't know. It's a medieval strip club. I mean, it's a big building. I could see one of the rooms being used for some shenanigans like that. Anyways, there's the Gurjara Wonder. I don't know how that took that long to build. It is significantly smaller, but there is a lot of detail. I don't think I've ever seen this one either. All right. So here is Blue. He's in his side of the arena. Do not go into the other side of the arena. He can lock you in there. Blue says Teal says you build gate there. All right. Here comes the next king. Stash says just give your friend the win. Nobody is going to remember who will win this. Yeah, spoken like someone who really wants to play in the next community game. You build a gate. Mangonel outside. King inside. All right. We're getting there, guys. Now let's double check upgrades. Oh, boy. Siege Engineers is in for Blue. He has +1 range. Why are they... Okay, I understand some people don't like the arena finish. But I feel like every time there's an arena finish, there's like really funny things like this that don't make any sense to me. Why did Blue have to make a gate there? Is this like the training grounds and this is the battlefield? Oh, or is this where the Mangonel goes? I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to send your king into someone else's gates because they can lock you in. Ready? Blue says 1 sec. Okay. Been a long game. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, okay. Lack of coordination on the start. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's waited the entire game for this. FLK currently has the weaker king of the two. Now, most likely what's going to happen is this is going to go on for another 3 minutes, and then both players are going to be like, oh, crap, this isn't actually working. And they feel like, oh, no, this isn't going to go on YouTube anymore. Our perfect finish has been ruined. Yeah, because kings are too fast and mangonels are too slow. And this is, I've seen this whole story before, but thus far, in this very important, very thrilling finish, blue is losing. And now he just shot the enemy mangonel. And he says, sorry. And teal says, cheater. Okay. All right. It's okay. That's just the first round. I'm still thrilled. He says, just lock your gate. Then it does not go inside. Okay. Every time people try to go for this finish, it is just... I mean, it's good that it's actually so painful because it makes it more entertaining than it would otherwise be. Oh, blue's gonna heal up his king first. You little cheater. He's not gonna go yet because he wants to heal up his king. Look at this.
Yes.
Let me heal.
No.
And teal's like, yes. And then he's like, no, you don't get to heal. And blue says, bruh. Dude, don't bruh me. Those were legit shots. Okay, your rules. Okay, he does delete the monk. He does delete the monk. It's sad that a man had to die, but here we go. Okay. Again, like, you should really never take damage to a mangonel if you have a king. Oh! Where's your monk now, fool? Where's your monk now? Oh! Did blue just kill himself? Hold on a second. I just gotta make sure. Okay, and... Yep. And blue just killed himself. I can understand why he wanted to heal up the king, because that was a little embarrassing. But, dude, seriously, both players played so well. I know the ending was a bit ridiculous, but neither of them wanted to truly turn on each other because they fought, you know, so valiantly next to each other the whole game. They had some beastly enemies. Remember, we had Matador. We had a top 50 player start off this game. He got killed off pretty quickly. I mean, red played so good. Yellow played so good. Philster played so good. Gray, who is kind of... I think Gray was strategically, diplomatically, Gray was actually the most interesting player in this game, simply because he was on this team. He was on the team with the, I guess, like the watercolors. But he contributed to that team having success in this game by killing red. I think if red wasn't killed, like, remember when red died, yellow and red were owning these guys with janitors and like camels and elephants. So I think if red isn't killed, we never see blue, you know, kill his own king at the very end of this game. We never see a lot of the rest of the game play out this way. And a shout out to Purple, obviously, who was a very good teammate and unfortunately didn't sense the fact that Gray would turn. He did hold true to the team, though, so when his teammates rewatch this, they will trust him still. You know, if they run into each other again in the game, they'll trust him, because Purple had an opportunity, maybe, to go for teal, and Yellow was trying to convince him to do it, but didn't end up happening. So yeah, great game. I thought it was fun. Here's the look at the APM. You can see when Matador died. Matador almost forgot he was in the game because it was such a long one. He really didn't try at all to do Diplo. He did the worst things. He teamed one person. He didn't see that person as a threat. And then he just, you know, kind of attacked a bunch of other people. Bullied a bunch of other people, you know. Here's the total KD. Masty had an amazing game. 1,700 kills. Still think Masty could have gone for a wonder. Still think he could have gone for a wonder. Yes, Glad Recycler. Yellow was trying to convince you to kill Teal, and he told you where Teal's king was. And you never responded to him, but I thought that was loyalty. Apparently, you just didn't see the message. That's funny. What else do we have here? Yeah, just like a lot of activity overall with military. Res collected, trade is king, man. And for a while there, before the fighting started, Yellow had maybe 50, 60, 70 trade carts. I think this will probably say the max trade, right? Trade units max. Yeah, so total throughout the game, 98. Max he had on the field at one point was 63. And, water ended up being important, but water isn't everything on Pilgrims. So, anyways, I hope that people enjoy this later on YouTube. This is certainly a good game. We didn't do Exploding Kings on this one. Give me your thoughts on mixing in some regular Regicide from time to time. I like mixing in regular Regicide from time to time. I think it's good. I still do like Exploding Kings because I feel like if you are a player that, let's say you're a player that just had a really bad game or you're getting picked on really early, you always have that power. You always have something else to do. But I was really happy with how this game developed and enjoyed the classic Regicide as well. Many of us are old souls at heart. Or old hearts at soul. Or old farts at... No. Okay. Anyways, GG.